Hi, let us continue with our discussions on internal auditing of ISO 9001. Previously, we talked about the methods of ISO 9001 auditing. We have covered the first method, review of documents and record. Today, we're going to proceed with the second method, which is observations of the process and the activities. Normally, this method is used together with reviewing the documentations and records. Basically, there are two types of documentations. First is the control documents, such as the guideline, the SOPs, and the standard forms. The second type, it will be the records. That include the field form, templates, and other records. Now, the control documents serve as the basis, which is the benchmark of your reference. Now, while you're doing the observations of the process and the activities, you find evidence through the records. You want to check whether the process are well documented, whether they follow the SOP, and whether they follow the time frame. Now, in the SOPs, not only state the step, it also state the sequence and also time frame. Other than that, it also state the forms to be used, as well as the record retention period. Basically, you have to check every single aspect what is stipulated in the SOP. The SOP also states who is responsible with which process, so that you know which departments or which positions that you can refer to if you need to seek clarifications. This auditing method will require a lot of reviews of the documents and record. And since the auditors are the third party to the respective department, in order to prevent the conflict of interest, sometimes it is quite challenging for you to quickly grasp how the documents comes and go. Therefore, you require the assistance from the auditees, especially when they come with a huge pile of files, so many documents. Now, if you want to trace certain document quickly, you may need to flick through every single pages. However, the durations given to you for the auditing sections is normally limited. Now, in order for you to quickly acquire what you need, you can actually seek assistance from the auditees to help you to identify those documents. Now, you don't have to check through every single record. That is not the responsibility of the auditors, especially those first-time auditors that have a mindset that they need to be able to detect everything. But because of the durations assigned to you is quite limited, you will have to work smart over that. Therefore, my recommendations to you is, before the auditing section, you need to do some homework. You should have gone through the SOP prior to the auditing section, and then work out your own checklist. Identify what kind of document that you need to refer to in order to check certain processes. You can also plan how do you verify the process through which document, and then go for what is critical. Strategize your effort so that you can have a thorough evaluations to get an overview of the entire process and activities. Very likely it will be random check. You don't have to check through every single case, but bare minimum, you need to make sure every stages of the process are covered. By doing preparations before the auditing sections, you become clearer what you need to do during the auditing section. Guided by your plan, if necessary, you expand the scope or deepen your search. Through this, you identify the non-conformance and also OFI. Make sure it is evidence-based, not to be biased. Now, by having these observations, you might not be able to conclude immediately. It is always a good practice of you to verify with the auditees, which brings to the next method, interviewing the process owner, which will be covered in our next video.